Welcome to This Week in Wrestling. I'm Jennifer from Cultaholic, and joining me today is Adam and Ross.
Hello, woman with expressive face.
Like, everyone just keeps saying that to me now.
Good.
It's just woman ... with expressive face.
The ellipsis is, key to the thing.
This is a big, impressive Halloween special that we've got here.
Yeah!
You've dressed up. You're a skeleton.
I get away with it because I'm an ugly bastard, but what about you?
Ross, that's not
Boo,
true.
children, boo!
That is not true. Don't ever say that.
I'm looking through your window tonight, kids.
There's a soundbite for you. Jesus Christ, that's never going to come back to haunt you, that one, is it, Ross? Jesus.
Oh,
Like seven
I was
from
going to say 7.
7 from WCW.
You can
Boo.
evolve.
Stephen Merchant, regular legs. Jurgen Klopp.
Jurgen Klopp.
Klopp.
Who's that?
The other one that does
manager.
the dance. People say I look like him. Just
Peter
some lanky
Crouch.
Peter Crouch.
Yeah.
No.
There's somebody in Big Mouth on Netflix who I look like.
You do
Oh,
look like
brilliant,
that
here we go.
one. I love that programme. Everyone should
So
watch
that's
it.
who I've come as, all 5 or 6 of
Oh,
those
well, I'm
men.
actually glad that you made an effort then, because I
You're welcome.
didn't think you did. Anyway, let's go. Let's fire into October 29th, shall we? 1985, and we will go to arguably probably one of the, if not the, most famous promo in the history of pro wrestling, I think. It's the Hard Times promo. Dusty Rhodes is very famous.
Can you do it?
No.
Maria, what's she called? Maria Menounos?
Yeah.
She can do it all. I watched it
Oh,
at the
really?
Hall of Fame. She did it 2 Dusty Rhodes at the Hall of Fame. I was very impressed because I can't do it.
What word for word she can
Just
do?
Did
about,
you do it in the
How do you do it?
accent?
About 90%. She did the old
Oh, I love her.
funky like a monkey.
That's amazing. I like her. She's fun.
It's a hell of a promo. You know what? I hadn't actually seen the full thing until Dusty died, and they aired part of it as his tribute package, the video package they put together. And I'd heard all about it, and I'd heard, hey, that's amazing, and I'd seen clips of it, but I never actually watched it until
the
then.
full
It's
thing.
one of the best delivered promos ever. It's just one of those things.
It's real though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you believe everything he says.
Because he is the blue collar working class man against the pompous arsehole Ric Flair. The first time I saw it was last year. One of the first articles we published on our illustrious website was about that promo.
Really? And you'd never seen it in full?
No.
You'd seen the odd clip as
Yeah.
well? Yeah.
So I'd seen that probably before both of you.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Crazy.
Wow. No, like I'd watched it.
Spooky day.
I know. Oh, Halloween. But no,
it's
it's
great.
arguably one of the best. Like, I love it. Just his delivery, everything about it, you believe it.
Yep.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And then it got me thinking, like, other famous promos to rival it that you can think of.
Up there, I can only think of Pipe Bomb.
Pipe Bomb 316 was mine.
Yeah.
And then Steiner Maths, just for the
Yeah, I guess so.
That was the only ones I
Nikki
could.
Bella.
Oh.
I wish you died in the womb. I've been watching that quite a bit recently because of evolution and whatnot, and it's funny, innit? In a weird way.
I was going to say it. It's not fun. I'm not laughing at that.
Well, you are. You are,
what
definitely.
you're
There's nothing else to
I'm
laugh
laughing
at
at
here.
your delivery because you delivered it.
You believe every
perfectly.
word he says,
Totally.
Ross.
Just like
Jen,
Dusty.
I wish you died in the womb.
Oh,
There's
my
a second
God.
soundbite for this episode.
I don't know.
Oh.
Professional wrestling.
Moving on.
I obviously don't mean that.
yeah.
As if I need to clarify that.
I could take you.
You probably could.
Yeah.
I bruised like a peach, Jen.
Me too. Oh. Anyway, moving on.
What a pathetic fight that would be then.
Moving on, October the 29th, 1995. It's Halloween HAVOC. Woo!
Shaking
The
my
only
head.
good thing, well, not the only good thing, do not ridicule me for that, but the only thing that really made me pay attention to WCW when I was a kid, because it was Halloween themed.
Oh, just the Halloween, the pay-per-view as a whole, not just
Yeah.
this year's.
Oh, no.
This was mental, obviously.
Yeah,
I'm
this is
shaking my
crazy.
head. This is
I
like
love
this
it.
is ironically now I love it, but at the time, oh dear
What,
me.
the
Even
time
though I
you
was
were-
3 years old.
Really?
We were
A
talking about this on,
monster
on last week's something or other. We were on some show, weren't we? Last week talking about this is mid-90s WCW.
Yeah, I
how
think
naff
yeah.
it was. I don't remember what it was.
I think it was This Week in Wrestling. I think we did because
Yeah, it
you
was
were away.
when I was away.
But the bouncing pumpkin, that's what I'm all about. That needs to
Just
come
the-
back.
Yeah.
Honestly, I genuinely think that a Halloween-themed pay-per-view needs to come back.
It's weird that there isn't one. They
Well,
own the
Hell in a
trademark. They
Cell-
re-registered it
Yeah,
recently, didn't they?
yeah.
Hell in a Cell was like kind of the closest thing you got to it, and then they've kind of moved that
Yeah.
into non-Halloween season.
You could make a Halloween film out of that footage from this year's pay-per-view. Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton.
Oh, God.
Oh dear.
That still gives me tingles
Tingles.
in my ears.
I guess Evolution is
Oh, you've
the-
got. Can we do it?
Oh, yeah. Would it hurt?
It does.
Let's whack
Oh.
something through the ear.
You got a pen?
No, no.
Oh, actually, do this.
Yeah, I've got a pen here. Keep talking, watch yourself.
Right. Halloween Havoc. I can't believe you're going to do this.
Right,
oh
then.
my God.
Is this
Well, you need to take the earring out,
Go
though,
for
don't
it.
you?
No.
No?
Keep it in. Keep it in because it looks horrible without.
Oh, dear.
Okay,
Is that
okay,
it?
okay.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were joking. I thought you were selling there.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Jen. You can keep that.
I didn't think you'd actually go for that, but here we are.
Yeah.
So this
Oh,
pay-per-view...
research. That was science. Look at us. We're so exciting. Anyway, yeah, Halloween Havoc. So there was two very notable things about this Halloween Havoc. The first being the monster trucks. Oh, man.
Talk us through the rules. Do you remember the rules? Is it just you got to bash the other person out?
You had to... There was like a sumo ring.
things. Was there not things on the side of them that you had to hit?
There's explosions.
Was that not?
I was
part
like,
of it,
you
though?
had to drive. You could drive over them, and things would go boom.
Well,
but it was just a sumo match in monster trucks.
Oh, right, because I had it in my head that it was like, you know, in Mario Kart when you do that time trial one, where you've got
bananas on the
no, but when
floor.
you've got the balloons on the side, and you've got to hit people.
Oh,
with balloons.
yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
I haven't watched it in so long.
I did
Me
a
neither.
classic WTF back at Name Redacted 2 years ago, I think. That's the only time I've watched it in full. Big Show gets murdered in the end, I believe. He gets pushed off the side.
Yeah.
And Eric Bischoff was like, which side did he fall? The river side or the pavement side? And somebody else goes, it doesn't matter which side he fell. It does, because if you land on the pavement, you die. But in a river, you'd be fine.
No, but is it also not the thing? Like, so sorry, when they filmed this or when they put this out, they had it like live. It was supposed to be live, but
Yeah.
it was pre-recorded. But was it
And
not?
they weren't driving.
Yeah. Oh, that's
They had the stunt drivers clearly in shot.
like, did they not do a thing where it was like because as far as I remember it, that was next to a river, but the venue was nowhere near a river, and it was.
I didn't know that.
be, I think so.
It was on,
I'm so
on top of a
sure.
random multi-story car park.
Yeah, but it was nowhere.
It's mental. I don't understand. It was obviously just to sell toys, maybe.
It
but
was just 90s, wasn't it?
They
Like,
brought
it
out
was like
monster trucks around. I had a WCW or 2 monster trucks. They brought a whole range of vehicles actually. The WCW.
Actually?
So yeah. I remember I
See,
had
I'm
a
laughing,
big
but it seems like
Goldberg.
something I'd be into. It's inspired merch. I'm into.
Was he in a pickup truck or something? I'll have to hook him up. They're in the shed still at home.
This shed, by the way, sounds cracking.
Yeah, you should come over. Yeah, come and have
Let's all go to
Come
the
over
shed.
to
tour,
my
tour,
shed.
tour of the shed. You've got nothing. You can't talk today. The things that you've said in the space of 10 minutes, Ross.
It's Halloween. Let's celebrate.
Woo!
Moving on from the monster trucks.
As if we needed to move on
As
from
if
the
we
monster
did.
trucks. Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're still staying with with the Giant and Hogan, and yeah, he defies death like you so cannily put that he
It comes back. It's the same event. He comes back in the
Yeah,
main,
to-
but
It's the Yeti. Who isn't a Yeti?
Isn't a Yeti? No,
He's a
mummy.
He's a
And
Halloween mummy.
He comes in and he hugs.
And dry humps like a dog.
Yeah.
The back of I think it's the back of the
so-
Giant and the front of
That's
Hogan.
it.
He's got
He's
like
just
that.
like-
Well, poor old Shivani has to sell it like it's the greatest, most
But
impressive thing that's ever
Do you know
happened.
the thing? is, right, that moment aside, right, the whole Dungeon of Doom thing. I was reading into this and I was like, why was I not watching WCW?
It was
Because
the
that
best.
sounds awesome. It's like Scooby Doo of wrestling.
I can't do it.
Those promos in their lair, just Kevin Sullivan, just this dumpy old. I don't know what to say about it. He's the least intimidating man you've ever seen.
But no, but is he not drinking from like a goblet?
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
like,
And he's got his face paint on and the eyes and everything.
It's just not my speed. But the Yeti was part of the. I think he was part of the Dungeon of Doom in the start because he was born out of a block of ice.
a block of ice,
Yes.
but yeah, that was it. And then there was like, what is like, and that was that big promo as well. That was all the lead up to him. I remember watching that where it's just this block of ice, and then
Nobody knew.
Big Show's doing his promo, and then everybody's like, what is this big mound of ice down here?
You say you don't like it, but I would argue that stuff like the Dungeon of Doom and the Monster Trucks and the Yeti has brought more enjoyment over time to wrestling fans than many, many matches that we see today. And we'll look back
Easy.
on this more fondly.
Easy.
And this stuff isn't how you can look down the camera all you like, Ross.
I'm just looking over there. I'm just,
But it's true. And like, will we have as many great, funny, entertaining things to look back on in 10 years' time of this era?
let's go through them. Alexa Bliss, This Is Your Life.
Yeah, right.
Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley's sisters.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the weird and wacky stuff they do recently.
Jason Jordan
and
as
Kurt
the
Angle.
Kurt Angle's son.
Yeah.
But
It's just not the
nothing
same,
is,
is
like,
it?
It's not.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, that's it.
Because that was, and I'm not even joking. Like, I am going to go back and watch WCW purely for the Dungeon of Doom.
Don't watch it all, though, because we did that, didn't we, for a period of time, and it is bloody terrible.
We used to have to do these
really?
weekly streams, which I'm sure some of the people watching would have used to watch as well. We did weekly Nitro streams.
Right.
They're only an hour long, so we do two
Okay, so it's
episodes
easy.
on What Culture Extra, a paid-for service. And it was us. It's so boring.
We did
It's
the best
so
we
boring.
could, and then
Really?
this is where
did do the best we could.
I don't know if you've heard of Tina Turner Nap Time and stuff like that. But that's where that was born.
So we used to just come up with features because we didn't want to watch the wrestling, because it would always be like Brian Pillman versus some random jobber in an 8-minute match, completely unnecessary. What do you say about that for 8 minutes? You can talk about, Pillman's amazing, you know, he's underutilized in the WWE, you can do all that. Like,
What a
where
drop
do you go
kick.
where do you go from there? So we just came up with all of these features, like Tina Turner Nap Time, around the world in 5 minutes
With Alex
Kingdom.
On the go with Justin Lowe.
On the go with Justin. When Justin, this guy called Justin Lowe, who's amazing, would every week he would take his lunchtime break from work to take us somewhere.
He'd get on Periscope or something, whatever. We could see it on Skype.
Skype him up.
Sorry, Skype, yeah. And he would take us out with him. We went to a shopping centre, we went to the car wash, we went to a park.
We went to the tallest building, and I think it was Minnesota or something.
No
but he could
way.
only get up to like the 4th floor. So we did, it's magnificent, Justin. He
What
was
a guy Justin Lowe is.
Who's
Bring
this
that
guy? I
back.
love him. Oh, can we get him back?
Yeah, 100%. He sometimes comes and joins on the Twitch streams and stuff, and if we're live streaming, he'll pop in, but he needs his own show. back.
Justin, you sound brilliant.
On the go with Justin Lowe.
Oh,
Anyway,
wow.
Yeah, sorry.
those are the two
Dungeon
big
of
things
Doom.
from Halloween Havoc 95. I guess it's one of those.
Jimmy Hart turned on like heel as well. That's pretty big. That's
This is-
yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
we were
Oh.
going with it. Yeah, but I got sidetracked with the dungeon.
It's something. It's a pay-per-view you need to go and watch to believe, I think.
Yeah,
All of them. There was great stuff across all those Halloween Havocs.
Yeah,
Some
I'm
really
gonna
good
wa-
matches, but yeah.
I'm gonna
great
watch
moments.
all the Halloween Havocs when I have a day.
Let's have a party.
Woo!
Screw the Evolution stream tonight.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
yesterday if you're watching this. Sorry we didn't do it. We were watching Halloween Havoc
So
1995.
there's a soundbite for you just to screw the evolution.
So October the 30th, 2016. This was huge. It was Hell in a Cell, and it was huge for two reasons. First of all, it was the first ever women's Hell in a Cell. Second of all, it was the first ever women's match to main event a pay-per-view in WWE.
A double whammy.
What? And the fact that this is news coming off of the Evolution stream. This is nice. Yeah, go girls.
was- yeah.
Go into it.
It was a good match.
It was a good
Dodgy
match.
finish.
Yes.
With a table.
yeah.
Didn't
She won't
break,
go
did
through
it?
it.
And when they had, was this the match where they had Sasha on the stretcher and the
Yeah.
put the
Before
neck
it even
over his neck.
started.
they almost strangled her with a camera cord.
Yeah,
Oh,
before
dear.
it even started. But she got back up.
She
and
did.
She went for it. Yeah, no, it was Charlotte, would go on to obviously defeat Sasha to become third time women's champion.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but it was amazing. It was really, really good.
It was cool. I don't remember as much of the build-up as I perhaps should. I always get a bit sort of frustrated with like these big first happening, but there's no story behind them. It seems like they're all just
It's
quite
just all
often-
mushed
like
together.
I think
Evolution
this is a match that had the gimmick put on it rather than a.
Yeah,
You know
what I
because
mean?
it was like the two biggest
Yeah.
stars. And
It's
just
not a
throw
feud
them
that built with a
together.
gimmick. It was a gimmick that was put on the feud. That's what I'm
which
trying
is
to
the
say.
case with
Yeah.
so many Hell in a Cell matches. Now we always complain year after year. It's just like, why is this in the cell?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because I mean, I'm actually trying to think. What was the last one that I genuinely believed like this is why it's in
I
a
think
cell? And
Awesome
it was,
Jeff
yeah,
was
yeah,
kind of-
because it had to be constrained because it was so.
Yeah, but then you've got AJ Joe that wasn't in the cell, and Becky Charlotte, which also wasn't in the
Yeah.
cell.
They both should have been in the cell.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just, I guess, because Jeff wanted to do the cell match and everything. But they sort of built it enough that it was believable that that match should go in.
I mean, this is the defining feud of the women's revolution, isn't it? Charlotte versus
Yeah,
Sasha.
totally.
No matter how much of a mess they've made of both women today, which does my head in. Because it was going so well at WrestleMania with Charlotte, and then they
Yeah.
put her in that SummerSlam match when she shouldn't be, and then that's just gone all
yep, agreed.
arse up, hasn't it?
Who knows? Maybe they'll redeem it tonight, Sunday night.
Oh, if she wins
She's
it,
gonna just win clean.
they can't do that.
Poke down for 10.
They can't do that.
But yeah, other things that happened: Roman versus Rusev for the US title, and Kevin Owens against Seth Rollins, with the help of Jericho.
Yeah.
That was good.
Fun times.
Yeah, good
Jericho and
pay-per-view.
Owens.
It was.
I liked it. It's Halloween!
Do the song.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. 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 Halloween.
Is that from that Christmas film?
Yes.
You like Christmas, so it's something
I
we
watch
can share
The
together.
Nightmare Before Christmas every Christmas when
But
it's on
this is something
BBC.
that we can share together.
Because you're both big fans. I hate
Well,
it.
I'm the Halloween, he's the Christmas. You can
I
be
live in
the
that-
Easter Bunny.
So you should get together in like November, I guess, to watch this.
November the 15th.
Yeah, right.
Oh, whatever. November the 30th.
Anyway, it's Halloween, October 31st, and we'll go to 2005, where, it's a shame, Christian would leave WWE for TNA. Basically, what was this like? So he'd been asked for a new contract, like his contract was running out.
He was offered a renewed
He was
contract,
offered,
yeah.
but he couldn't reach agreement on
Didn't wanna take
terms.
it.
So
And fair enough, because 0405 Christian should have been world champion.
yeah,
With the problem solver Tyson Tomko, he was like Kevin Owens back in 2004, if that makes any sense. Being the heel that everybody loved,
yeah.
that you couldn't help but cheer because he was so good at his job. And they wasted him away. Did my head in.
Apparently Vince just never saw it because he's got a face like a rat. That's what he said.
Why not hand that up as part of the heel shtick?
Yeah. He just never saw him as a world champ. I agree, like a snivelling dickhead heel. I think it would have, especially at that time. I mean, he had a 3-day reign coming back. with
Yeah, but
Orton
that was like back in
Oh, God,
2000
aye.
and
yeah,
well,
2000. What was that?
10?
11.
10?
11? Was that late?
2011, wasn't it? Money in the Bank,
Can't
that sort of
remember,
era.
if I'm honest.
God.
But yeah, so I mean, a good thing for him. He would debut at TNA Genesis just 2 weeks later. But yeah, but he did say there was no bitterness, which is just lovely.
Yeah, that is
Like,
nice.
so-
And he's still doing stuff
Maya.
now. Obviously,
I
they've got the
know.
show on the network.
Yeah, I'm such a
stuff.
fan.
Did you know
do
that
like it.
Edge could have gone at this same period of time?
Oh, really?
They revealed on that podcast Edge had an offer. He was like, "Oh, I'm going to have to work once a month, obviously, because they did the tapings and whatnot," but he didn't take it.
Oh, right.
Did not know that fact there.
There we go, just dropping knowledge.
I mean, he was a big star then. I
Oh, he
can't
was
Yeah.
massive, but it was just the fact that it was all catching up with him. Like, by the time 2008, 2009 came around.
Yeah,
He had to retire in 2011, didn't he? Because of his neck.
Yep.
But Christian proved himself
Yeah.
to be the main event.
Yes.
Yeah, when
Performed
he
really
came
good,
back.
yeah.
When he came back. So, well done, Christian. Okay, November the 1st. Oh, happy November, everyone. November the 1st, 1997. This was the news that Bret Hart officially signs with WCW. Basically, yeah. Yeah, it was supposed to be a secret, wasn't it?
Yes.
I had no
Until
idea it came
after.
out. I'm learning
I
new
remember
To be
things.
fair, I didn't know it until I did my research, but this is the kind of this I believe is the catalyst. I think for
Because the screw
job.
jobbington happened on the 9th, didn't it?
Well, yeah, so this was the kind of catalyst for it. So basically, yeah, after Survivor Series, Bret Hart was supposed to. That was at like the end of his contract, and wait, he wanted to sign with WWE, wasn't it? But then Vince had offered him a contract, like a ludicrous
20-year
contract.
contract.
Yeah, he said, if I gave you this, I'm going to have to give Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, everybody
Yeah.
the same as you, and I just can't afford that.
that was
So
it.
he went back on it. He offered the contract.
Yeah,
and, then
and
it
he just
didn't happen.
basically had to say like I can't do it, and it was like a loyalty thing. Excuse me, for Bret, where he did, but he wanted to stay with WWE, but he ended up obviously going with.
It was a ludicrous offer they made that Vince just couldn't compete with, especially at that time.
Well, yeah, because
there
what
no
was
way
it? So
that-
the contract was 2.5 million for a year for 3 years
Yeah.
and less work.
Oh, far less work as well. All of those, they got leaked, didn't they? Quite recently, we were going through
Oh,
those
God,
those
aye.
sheets
Oh,
with
really?
Oh.
people's earnings. It was crazy money for guys.
Like, they would get bonuses for house shows and TV appearances.
They
and
get bonuses for house shows.
part of the gate and stuff like that.
Hogan
Hogan would
like
always get
20%,
25%,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
25% of every house show.
No wonder
Insane.
they went under.
Well, it was
That's
just ludicrous
mental.
money. Like Scotty Riggs was on something like $180,000 before he'd wrestled a match.
No
I've plucked that
way.
figure out of nowhere. It was a lot of money.
Alright,
for,
I was like,
my point was, it was a
what?
lot of money for talent who weren't even used on
Ah.
TV that much. I was reading up. It's interesting you say about you didn't know that it had sort of leaked a week earlier because I spent quite a lot of Saturday going through old news groups from like 1996, 97, when that was that's how people communicated online. They were these big forums. And that's how news used to get around.
Travel,
yeah. And I was reading up on these, and I started seeing like murmurs of BRET leaving back in August. People started speculating that he was going to go to WCW. I guess probably everyone was speculated on because they had stolen so much talent already, and BRET was a top tier talent.
Yeah, but the fact that he was always come out and said that he was so loyal, you wonder where that like noise came from. Like you wonder when obviously Vince turned around and said to him like, I can't do this.
Probably a leveraging new offer. That's what I would do. Just go, I'm going. Then the boss hears that and goes, here's a bit more money to keep happy to stay.
Anyway, but yeah, so that would be Brett officially signing with WCW.
I watched one of Brian Zane's video the other day, which sort of convinced me that Brett's WCW run was actually a lot better than people remember it as. It was less sort of, it was a lot shorter. Yeah, people always say, oh man, he was so wasted in WCW. And yeah, he sort of was. But he actually had some really, really good matches there. And he was, for the most part of his time there, involved in actual storylines, which was, yeah.
Well, yeah, because one of the things was he wanted more, or he had more creative control, didn't he? So
So he went into the NWO.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. November the 2nd, 1998. Oh, it's a great day. It's a great day. This was the introduction, the birth, shall we say, of the Hardcore Championship on Raw. Excellent. One of my favourites.
Brilliant title.
They should bring it back.
Yep.
100%.
But call it the 24/7 Championship and have a defender on the network.
Call it the WCPW Internet title. No, it's true. You get an alert on your phone, some social media, it's like...
Perfect. I'm so
whoever has just stormed into wherever and is beating up whoever for the title. It lends itself so well to the digital age.
Just do it on a phone, on Periscope, whatever. Piece of piss. Piece of piss.
It's another draw for house shows because it can change at house shows. And
because that would be so easy for them to gives everyone a wee buzz.
Yeah,
like, so
they used to do it all the time. There was who was it that had like 11 hardcore title reigns, but they're never recognised because they were all at house shows. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I can't remember who it was. Somebody leave that in the comments.
Know. The only one, I remember was Raven was obviously the most wins.
I remember
27.
Was it 27?
27 for Raven.
JBL had I thought I was going to say JBL had 32. I think I read on Wikipedia, but that's obviously wrong after you all start there.
I always thought it was 37 was Raven.
Well, maybe it was 37. I don't know. I know it was Raven. I know it ended in 7. But it was Steve Blackman, I think, had the longest title reign.
Did he?
I think so.
I would assume it was... No, because Crash held it for a long time. But
but I think Crash was maybe the multiple,
because he would lose it every week on Raw, but then win it back by the end of the episode.
Steve Blackman held it for the longest.
No, I didn't know that.
No way, but
Crash Holly was the dog's bollocks.
He was brilliant.
But also the fact that Mankind's obviously this title was given to it was awarded to Mankind from Vince McMahon when it was first came in, and then he would never win it back.
You think about that; it's actually quite clever.
And
you put it on a guy who is well, I don't know.
I do.
Do you?
Uh-huh.
They put it on the guy who is renowned for being an incredible, hardcore, brawling wrestler, but he was far too up the card to actually ever defend it and to utilise it properly because he was more of a draw than being in these hardcore title matches. So you put all of this exposure on the title, but then you get it off to people who it then elevates them. I think it was actually quite a clever...
It's smart.
Do you know Taker held it as well?
Speaking
of guys...
Oh, yeah, when he got Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
Was it
guys
Vengeance?
who didn't need to be in the...
I tell you what, it's a more monumental championship than you think, because on the first Raw after the change to WWE, the first match on that Raw was a Battle Royal for the Hardcore Championship. So they could just say, "And new WWE Hardcore Champion."
No way.
So they did that 20 times just to make sure everyone knew the name was WWE. Fact.
That's clever. That's really clever.
Oh, the hardcore title's the best, man.
They should bring
so
it back.
good.
Petition.
You've seen WCW's Hardcore Championship. The first had the rip-off of the ECW Championship, how it looked. And the second one was just like a single plate of gold. Well, not actual gold. But with no markings on it. It was smooth.
Really? Didn't know that. Not seen it.
Do you know actually
Looks
my
awful.
fun fact that I found out? See the actual the WWE Hardcore Championship. Do you know that was right? So it was the model of it was on the Winged Eagle belt, which Mr. Perfect had smashed up with a hammer in a promo, right? And then obviously they had to use like another belt for that. But apparently the belt, like the actual hardcore belt, was that one that he smashed up and damaged so much, and they used the exact belt.
Is that right?
But they put wee bits on it. But the wee fun fact is that was that belt.
I love that belt.
So do I.
Really, really
I've got a wee
like that
badge of it on my jacket.
I remember this was the thing. Apart from like ladder matches, TLC matches and stuff, I was always most excited for the hardcore match, and because it was of that time, wasn't it? It was like
it was
just before Jackass, I get, but South Park and swearing and new metal and all this stuff.
Oh my goodness! And it was always like backstage stuff because
Yeah.
I loved everything that was like all like chaos backstage and stuff.
It comes down to what we always talk about, which is unpredictability.
Yeah.
And that title embodies.
Embodied it.
Yeah.
Please bring it back, Mr. McMahon.
We know he's watching.
November the 3rd, 1998. Oh, this is huge. Congratulations.
20 whole years later.
It is.
It's a news that doesn't really pertain to professional wrestling at all.
Not only is this not huge, it's the weakest one on this episode by a country mile.
It's big for him.
It is big for him, yeah.
Congratulations 20 years ago to Jesse the Body Ventura, who would become governor of Minnesota.
Well done, Jesse.
What do you say about that? I liked his conspiracy show. I liked his commentary.
I love his
I don't
conspiracy
know much
theories.
about. Yeah, his conspiracy
you
is
know-
a great
He's
show.
in the Green Party.
He's also
Yeah,
he
there
was
he is.
part
He
of
wasn't
Hell's
there.
Angels, the biker group.
What?
He's got a card. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
You get a card?
He got his Hell's Angels
Like a loyalty card. He's gold after
Well,
10
you get like
years.
discount in Tesco and stuff like that. That's amazing.
He's an incredible human being.
Yeah.
I think he was in the army as well, wasn't he? I think he was Vietnam he was at? I don't know. Don't know
I
the
don't
American history or war, so I might just talk some absolute bollocks there. But he was at some war.
He was at war. But
When's
yeah.
the last time he did WWE? Was it when he guest commentated with McMahon on that?
Don't know.
What Raw was that? That might
Or
be
the
Raw 20?
retro Raw.
Was that retro? Just retro Raw?
I
It
think
wasn't.
so, yeah. Because they fell out, didn't they, over the trademark about his name and using that. And then the unions and stuff like that.
Right. Oh yeah, he's always
Jesse,
been a big
yeah.
advocate of wrestlers being
Well,
unionised, which they should be.
that is a shame. But congratulations.
congratulations.
Yes.
You know what? No, because at the time he was in the Reform Party, and he is, at this point, as far as I'm aware, was the first and only member of that party to ever have like political success.
He's an incredible human being.
Yep.
I just don't know what this has to do with wrestling.
Anyway, congratulations.
Congrats.
Right, November the 4th, 1996. This is a great week, by the way.
It is a good week.
I'm like loving this week. So, November 4th, 1996. Pillman's got a gun. What more do you say? That
Brilliant.
promo
I thought we were
just
going to see
wild.
the equivalent of it very recently with
Joe
Joe and AJ, and then it just went
Fizzled
tapered
out.
on. It went to nothing. But no, incredibly controversial.
Oofed.
Watched it back very recently. Really well acted.
Yeah,
on all
like,
parts.
really,
Well,
really good.
people were fooled by it. They
Kevin
were phoning
Kelly
the police.
stole the
Kevin
show.
Kelly.
Yeah, Kevin Kelly was fantastic.
There was at the very end where you hear like Vince on the ring and he's like, "Grab him, Kevin!" And like, if you were Kevin Kelly, you'd be like, "Not a chance. He's got a gun." Like, it was amazing. I loved it.
I missed the
And
90s, me.
So did I.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch this as a kid. Like, well, I wasn't into wrestling in 1996, but I remember watching it back on a tape in like maybe 1999 or 98, and I was like, like it was really dramatic and really scary.
It was
I'd
shot
love-
I
brilliant.
was like, I was
Obviously
like
the-
proper scared.
They can't do this stuff anymore because of sponsors and whatnot. And it's a publicly traded company and all that. But
Swearing in it as well. wasn't
yeah,
it?
Yeah.
but good. It's, yeah.
But it was that added to it.
Yeah. But out the
good.
box, innit?
Totally.
You wouldn't get stuff like that these days. Well, you
No.
sort of do, as you just said there, but the
But it's
police
not.
were called.
Yeah,
That was it.
as soon as we went off the air, we called the police. So they waited a solid like 4 minutes after the
Played
video
knocking
package had
nine
aired.
doors.
Oh, but yeah, that was an amazing.
Brilliant,
If you've
yeah,
not
brilliant.
watched it, please do. It's awesome. Sadly, we do have some deaths. November the 1st, 2012, we would sadly lose Brad Armstrong, WCW star from the 90s, and brother of Road Dogg, son of Bullet Bob Armstrong, and brother of referee Scott Armstrong.
It's a guy I don't know that much about. I know a lot of about the other three names
Yeah,
you mentioned
yeah,
there.
yeah.
But WCW
Yeah,
guy.
as far as I'm aware, he was like a lower card jobber-ish, but not quite a full jobber. WCW guy. A good solid hand, some would probably say.
Too right. Well, sadly, we lost him on November 1st. And then November 2nd, 2007, we would lose the fabulous Moolah.
Did a lot for wrestling, but not a nice person, allegedly.
I think
what can you
it's,
say?
Yeah, it's everything that's been said about her, that's come out about her, is out now.
It's
so.
sad because a woman has died.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
let's not glorify her more than she needs to be glorified because she did some pretty deplorable things.
If WWE can see the error of their ways by retracting,
God, how when you look at Crown Jewel, and they went back on Moolah, that tells you everything you need to know.
Anyway, we've got birthdays. Let's move on to a very nice time in all these people's lives. So, October 29th, happy 69th birthday to Paul Orndorff.
Did a list a couple of weeks ago, and he was one of the ones chosen as somebody who should have held the WWE title and was always sort of overshadowed by Hogan in that time. Hell of a talent, incredible
I
look.
always kind of picture him more with WCW.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So Mr. Wonderful and all that. But do you know what I also found out, which I didn't actually know about him? Like, he was diagnosed with cancer years and years ago, and then he was cancer-free in 2011. And
Oh, good.
Going. So I'm like, just loving life.
It was really sad. They did one of those retro Raws. I can't remember which one it was. That might have been Raw 20, and he came back and got no pop at all. People weren't familiar with his theme. Wonderful. One of my favourite themes, actually, WCW themes. Such a good theme. Yeah, good guy as well.
So happy birthday. Moving on, October the 30th. Happy 45th birthday to Edge.
It's a big one.
Wow.
Favourite Edge moment?
I just liked him as a character. To be fair, I was more of a Douglas person.
I'm trying to think.
I liked it when he came back at the Rumble and he had that big beard. And then it was gone like the next night because they were like, no, that's awful.
No, that didn't work. No, do you know, I think it's really nice about Edge. Like, him and Beth Phoenix are the only real life Hall of Fame couple.
That is nice. That's nice.
Bless.
I can't help it. I'm a bit delirious.
I hope Natty and Tyson get inducted.
Could you imagine?
That would be lovely.
That would be nice.
It would be, but I don't think it'll happen.
No, I don't think it will either.
Poor Tyson.
Yeah.
Anyway. So
no, Edge is the man. He was really good on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago for
Having his
SmackDown.
pants pulled down by Becky Lynch.
Yep. He was brilliant. His delivery was still great there.
Yeah.
People were saying they didn't. He was looking a bit dodgy. It didn't look very well. I thought it looked all right.
I thought his hair looked delightful.
I just realised I'll be on tour with them in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Kenny's ringing him over, right?
Yeah.
InsideTheRopes.co.uk.
Yeah. Oh, in fact, yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I can't
That's
remember.
exciting.
I know, right? I'll tell him you said this.
What, he's got nice hair? Tell him
No,
Ross Twiddell of Cultaholic said he got nice hair.
Cultaholic. Yeah, couldn't actually think of a favourite moment.
He's done a lot, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
My mind just keeps going to the bloody live sex celebration. I'm going to put that on the spot.
Is that where your mind lives?
Yes.
Anyway, happy birthday.
It's been a bad episode for me, this.
Happy birthday, Edge. November the 1st. No one was born on Halloween.
Good.
Anyway. Boo. Happy birthday, Halloween people. November the 1st. Happy would have been 74 to Bobby the Brain Heenan.
The best manager
Best
of all
manager
time.
of all
We've talked
time.
about him a lot.
Yeah.
We've said everything that...
I
We
think
haven't
so.
said everything that could be said, but
But we've said a lot.
he's the best.
He is.
Really incredible guy.
November the 1st, also happy 40th birthday to Tyler Rex.
He's the best. We said everything that needed to be said about Tyler Rex.
Best set of dreadlocks in the history of wrestling.
Right, here, I love dreadlocks, but do you know, I was like trying to find something. I was like, say something, give him his time in the spotlight. And he works in marketing now, but he also...
Survivor Series is what you're going to say.
No.
Okay, never mind.
I was going to say he won a Slammy for the most annoying haircut.
Annoying haircut.
Annoying haircut.
Okay, he did Survivor Series. I'm not making that up. He was part of a 5-on-5 and got eliminated quite early against DX or something. I remember him being that he got a brief push on SmackDown at this time, and they had him in. I think I'm thinking of the right person. It's still going.
I'm like, whose phone was that? Oh, yeah, Tyler Rex. Happy birthday. November the 2nd. Happy 48th birthday to Sharmell. Yeah. Mrs. Booker T. Oh,
Love your husband.
I hope they're having the best day. Do you know what?
Well, what do you say about Sharmell? She was good at her role as Queen Sharmell.
Yeah. And Nitro Girl, she was a Nitro Girl.
And Paisley, Mrs. Prince Iake.
Oh, there you go.
Is that right? That's some obscure knowledge, that. That's impressive.
My first pay-per-view owned on VHS was Super Brawl 2000, and the opening match was Lash LaRue against Prince Iake, accompanied to the ring by Paisley.
Paisley?
Yeah, that was her name.
Fantastic.
I like that.
Isn't that a big dog?
Nice.
Paisley.
There's a dog called Paisley.
Who's called
Clifford.
Paisley? That's
Clifford the Big Red Dog, fantastic
Roman
guy.
Reigns.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns,
Who,
Yeah.
of course, is a Napoleon Mastiff.
Is he?
That's what breed of dog he is.
Oh.
confirmed.
I don't know who Paisley is. Paisley's a place in
I like this.
Glasgow.
This next one.
Oh,
November
yeah.
2nd, Darren Young.
And
Good
bless,
work, Jack.
no spelling.
You literally copied this.
Like, wait, give him his time. Happy birthday on November the 2nd
Sorry.
to Darren
Young.
Young. He
One
is
of
35.
The worst gimmicks this decade. Him and Bob Backlund make
God.
Darren Young great
Great
again.
I buried that in my mind. That was, that
What
happened.
the promos with the split screen. Oh, what can you say?
I forgot about that. Yeah,
Aye.
awful.
Yeah, bless. But I think he's doing well now in the Indies as Fred Rosser.
He's related to John Cena as well.
Is that right?
Brothers. They look the same.
They
don't
do look the same. Yeah. they do look the same. No, they
I
really
was
do.
like, what?
They've got the same face.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
They don't.
No, they do.
They do.
They don't.
Jennifer. Jennifer.
Honestly.
You get me pictures of them right now and I'll tell you the difference.
Tell her
I'll
in
be
the
able to-
comments, people who watch this video, that's just wrong.
You think we're
don't.
being silly? They really do.
don't.
After this episode, we'll
100%.
check it out.
We'll learn. Anyway, on November the 2nd, also happy 31st to Samir Singh.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Love the Singh brothers. November the 3rd, happy 48th birthday to Dawn Marie.
Yep.
What did you say?
Happy birthday. Oh no, just thinking of Al.
Yeah.
Big Al Wilson.
Al.
Murdered by sex. On SmackDown Live. Well,
What a way
it
to
wasn't
go.
live back then.
Favourite Dawn Marie moment?
When she she got married to Al Wilson in a...
That is the only thing I can
Al
remember.
Wilson
if
and
I'm
his
I
wife.
remember
honest.
taking some serious pile drivers in ECW courtesy of Tommy Dreamer.
Oh, really? Can't remember.
She was
Anyway.
part of Lance Storm and Just Incredibles
was.
ensemble.
Oh, you guys, I feel bad because I literally the first thing I always think about is Al Wilson.
Just
and
think
Cody
of Al
Wilson.
Wilson and his wife.
Rather not. Anyway, November 3rd, also happy 31st birthday to Cameron.
One of my favourite wrestlers of all time.
What? I've
Because she
never-
gave this world so many gifts. First of all, you have her listing her favourite... to Stone Cold Steve
Oh,
Austin's
yeah.
face, listing her favourite matches, Alicia
Oh.
Fox versus Melina, was it? And Austin looking like he wanted to hurt her. And then second of all, you had the gift, which was her trying to pin another wrestler while the wrestler was face down. She did the splits over the back of the wrestler, and she was like, "Count, ref!" But the person she was doing it to was face down. She was fantastic.
She was a brilliant funkadactyl.
She was my second
and-
favourite Funkadactyl,
Yeah,
and
she
Ross
was
is
my
right.
favourite.
Why do
Anyway.
we do this every time?
Gone
It's
too
her
soon.
birthday,
I
and it's
know.
an excuse
This
to
is a
slag them
shame.
all off.
And do you know what? And I really hope if she's still doing the music thing, I hope she's doing really
Yeah.
well in it.
Star of Total Divas.
Totally.
Her
And I
boyfriend's
really,
a big bear.
yeah,
of a man.
I don't know what he did. I think
He's
I wondered
Albanian,
what
wasn't he?
Well, I don't know, but he did. Like, I wondered what his job was because he had big
Hitman.
watches and stuff. No, I thought it was oil. Anyway,
What? I thought it was oil.
As in like
As in he's in the
petrol,
oil.
petroleum.
In the oil.
in the oil
because
biz.
He had one of those watches that people that work in oil.
A
I don't know. Anyway,
pocket watch you're talking
no,
about.
like a watch. Woo! Bling,
What the
bling.
hell are you on about?
Like an NBA basketball player's watch.
He works in oil. We're getting this right here. He works in the petroleum industry, is what you're
Yeah.
suggesting. And he had one of those watches,
That
What does
people
that
who
mean?
Earn a lot of money.
a Rolex.
I don't know. It was big and shiny. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Cameron. Moving on.
Gone too soon, Cameron.
There's no November 4th, so I'm really, really sorry. You can have Cameron. And on November 5th, happy 29th birthday to Andrade Cien Almas.
The bollocks, isn't he?
He is.
It's going to be a big deal.
Wasted.
Wait, is he though?
I disagree, actually.
Completely
I'd-
aimless.
I'd like to see him... No, but he's not. He gets his character over in his matches. He's really vicious and horrible in his matches. But while even in defeat, always impressive.
What's he done the last 6 weeks? Adam?
Yeah.
Not a lot. No, I agree.
I would
he should be,
actually
he should
quite
be on
like
TV
to see
more.
him without. What's her chops?
See, I think he needs
What's it,
her.
Zelina?
Yeah.
I think he needs it because he obviously
talk,
can't
yeah.
talk.
Yeah, he's
But
very
Alex-
difficult to
That's
understand.
nothing. He's a Mexican man.
Yeah, he's just...
You can't help that.
Just be Mexican then.
Yeah, I've got no problem. I like it when wrestlers...
Yeah,
Hideo
just-
Itami did a great
yeah.
promo the other day in Japanese. And I like it when they do that.
Yeah.
But
I think
how
it's
far does
natural.
that get with a casual audience? I don't know. Anyway, he's really good. He does need a story.
I like the pairing. I think she's very good.
Yep.
She is good. She's very healy. Anyway, on that note, that has been This
What a
Week in Wrestling
Bad episode.
for you.
I think it's been a good episode,
I
but
think
not for you.
I've had a lot of fun, and I hope you all had a really nice Halloween. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
So that has been This Week in Wrestling. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so here. If you like what we do here at Cultaholic, then please join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and join us.